As I said earlier, that physics is all about solving problems. And so we'll be solving some problems in this section. First, we'll be converting 36 km per hour to unit in meter per seconds. First thing we need to do is to express it out. So we write 36 km per hour, 1 hour. So we have 36 km to be 36 times 1 kilometer, which is 36 times 1000 meters, over 1 hour converted to seconds will give us 60 times 60 seconds. Now 60 seconds make 1 minute, 60 minutes make 1 hour. So 60 in 2 places, 60 seconds in 2 places rather, will give us 1 hour. So we need to do some simple multiplication. So we have 36 times 1000 is what? 36,000 meters, over 60 times 60 is 3600 seconds. So this we have 10. So we have 36 kilometer per hour is equal to 10 meter per second. Okay, now another problem we want to solve is this. Now a body is moving with an initial velocity of 30 meters per second. As I have stated earlier, that initial velocity is represented as u, which is equal to what? 30 meters per second, and then it accelerates uniformly at the rate of what? 10 meters per second squared. So our a is equal to what? 10 meters per second squared, and then until it attains a velocity of 50 meters per second. So this is another 50 meters per second, and that's what we call the final velocity. That is v, which is equal to what? 50 meters per second. And then they ask us that what is the distance covered during this whole period, and that's our s, the unknown. Now if we look at all these parameters, we look at the equations underneath here, and we try to say which equation will be suitable for it. And the only equation that have v, that has u, that has a, and s is only equation 2. So the equation 2 is the only one that we can use to solve this problem. So we take equation 2. Equation 2 is v squared is equal to what? U squared plus 2as. Now if we take v squared is what? 50 squared is equal to, what's our u? 30 squared plus 2 times 10 times s, and that's what we are looking for. So 50 squared is what? 2500, which is equal to 30 squared is what? 900, plus 2 times 10 is what? 20s. Now so if we have this, 9 goes to the other side, becomes minus, so we have 2500 minus 900 is equal to 20s. 2500 minus 900 will give us what? To give us 1600, which is equal to 20s. So we divide both side by 20, you divide both side by 20. So 20 here, 20 here. So 20 here will give us what? 80. You can use a calculator. So s is equal to what? 80 meter. You need to know that this 20 is not seconds. This s is what we use to represent distance when we are doing calculation in motion. Now another question that we want to solve is this. A bus is traveling at 60 km per hour, then it accelerates uniformly at 5 meters per second squared. Then they said we should calculate its velocity after 2 minutes. You know, we have that it is the question states that it is already traveling at 60 km per hour. So our initial velocity is what? 60 km per hour, and then it accelerates uniformly at 5 meters per second. That's uniform acceleration. So it is a is equal to what? 5 meters per second. Then we said we should calculate its velocity. So that is the final velocity after 2 seconds. So the final velocity is the unknown, and the time taken is 2 minutes rather. And so if it is 2 minutes, we need to just multiplied by 60 seconds, so that will give us what? 120 seconds. So we have only days that we need to call to change to meter per second. So we have 60 kilometer per hour to meter per second. So we use the shortcut method. We use 60 kilometer per hour. So what we do is we multiply 60 by 1000 and we divide it by 60 times 60, which is 3600. So what we do is we say 60 times 1000 over 60 times 60 seconds. So this is, so if we do this, we have 60 times 1000 is 60,000 over 60 times 60 is 3600. So how do we do that? Let me use my calculator. Okay, let me use my calculator. So let me use my calculator. So we have 60,000 rather, divided by 3600. That will give us what? 16.67. 6667. So we have, which is equal to 16.67 meter per second. That is what we have. Now let's go to the question proper. So we have our u now. So the question that we will use, the equation we will use here is that contains u, a, v, t, and s. Let's use equation 3. Now we are looking for v, so we have to use u squared. V is equal to u plus at. We have to use the first equation. So we have v is equal to u plus at. V is what we are looking for. We already have the initial velocity, that is the 60 kilometer. No, sorry, we have converted it to meter per second, which is 16.67 meter per second, plus our a, which is 5, times our t, which is 120. So our v is equal to 16.67 plus 5 times 120. So that is 5 times 600. 5 times 120, that is 600. Okay, so we have our v is equal to 600 plus 16.67, that is 616.67 meter per second. That is the final velocity of the car. Thank you. This is another problem that we would like to solve, and the question goes thus: a car accelerates at a rate of 10 meters per second. That is our a. We all know that a is equal to 10 meters per second squared from an initial velocity of 36 kilometers per hour. Our initial velocity is equal to what? 36 kilometers per hour. And since already this is in meter per second square, we need to convert it to meter per second, kilometer per hour to meter per second. And like we have done earlier, the first question we solved is that 36 kilometers per hour is equal to 10 meters per second. Now let's go for, and then for 30 seconds, our t is equal to 30 seconds. Then say find the distance covered during this period, and that is our f. No, that's our s rather. Sorry. Now, so we have the equation of motion that we can use here is equation 3, and so we make use of s is equal to ut plus half at squared. S is equal to ut plus half at squared, and so we have, what is our s is unknown, okay, and then our u is 10 meters per second times t. Our t is 30 seconds plus 1 over 2 times, what is our a? Our a is 10 and our t again is 30, but it's t squared, so it's 30 squared. So we have s is equal to, we have 300 plus 5, so we have 5 times 3 squared. Okay, 30 squared, so 5 times 900. So we have s is equal to what? 300 plus 5 times 900 is 4,500. S is equal to 4,800 meter. And that is the final answer.